Wagwan, y'all. So I almost forgot to do my part two of my birth story. I think I left off on the spicy epidural, the spicy needle in my back. I'm still a little bitter that I took it, even though I didn't need it. And it's like I know I didn't need it, but it was just the pain in the moment just felt like, oh, I needed it until I already got it, and then they said that it can't help with back or rectal pain. I'm still bitter because I'm having like weird like back spasms I've never had before, and I can only assume it's that spicy needle. But after I got that, I was still feeling like, my son was ready to come at any moment, any moment. They telling me to breathe, do this, that. I'm like, I'm trying to, but it's hard. I almost felt like I couldn't breathe. Like the air felt thick, everything. So I felt his head like pretty close. So I was just like, yo, I'm ready. Can we just try this to push? Because I'm ready. I don't want to be doing this no more. I don't want to be having no long labors. I said, I'm just ready. So the doctor comes. There was this kid. I think he was like 19 years old. He was training under the OBGYN. And so they came, they set up all the tools and stuff and was getting ready. I looked at the tools and I almost passed out because, they got to have everything prepared just in case. And they had like the forceps, the vacuum. I peeped at the table that was over there with all the tools and I said, Jaja, I said, no hope. I had to say a prayer to myself. I said, I hope they don't have to vacuum out my child. I hope they don't have to use them forceps because I was like, it was making me, it was making me go more crazy than I was already gone in, right? So they got me on my back and they having me push. They're like, push. And I guess his head just kept like peeking out but not coming through fully. And I don't even remember how long I was pushing for like that. But it was a busy night at the hospital that I went to, and the OBGYN couldn't stay full time, obviously. And it was after 5:30, so the midwives were also home, which I would have preferred the midwife, honestly. So they were like, oh, we'll come back. They're like, sit, wait a second, baby's not ready. And I'm like, I don't know how. I'm like, he feel like he's ready. Like, you telling me that I'm 9 centimeters dilated and that the baby's not ready yet? I'm like, that's wild to me. Like, I'm like, once again, I do not want to sit here all night. I'm there dehydrated. I can't really drink water, either only like little sips and like some ice chips or whatever. So they still got me hooked up to all the IVs and stuff. The IV and the needle in my back, the spicy needle, because there's like a button you could press to like administer more of the epidural. So I'm hooked up to that, but I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable just laying on my back. So I go and I ask my doula, I'm like, can you ask them if I could lay on my side if it's possible? And she was like, yeah, I'll get the nurse in here. And so the nurse comes and like I lay on my side. And like the whole time from like when I was admitted, they have the monitor to sense the baby's heartbeat. And I don't know why they didn't pick this up before. Because to me, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, but it made common sense like afterwards when I'm thinking about it. But every time that I would move, oh, every time that I would move, they would lose his heartbeat. And I'm thinking the reason why they lost his heartbeat is because he was in my back the whole time. He was not in the front. Like, she would always have to position the monitor, like, kind of underneath my belly and, like, towards the side because he was in the back. But once again, I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, but I'm still like, wouldn't they have been able to say, oh, try a different position? So, as soon as I lay on my side, that's when the pressure starts coming a lot more. Hold on, I'm going to take care of him. Yes, so I'm laying on my side at this point. My partner stepped out, went to the store to get something to drink because, we just all sitting there just waiting. And as soon as I lay on my side, that's when I feel like he's ready to like shoot out. And I'm like, nah. It's like, it really is like when you got a poo and like you can't hold it back in. You can't like just be like, nope, go back in there. Like, you can't do that. So it's like I could just feel him coming out. And so the nurse that was in there, she was like, oh yeah, she was like, try push if you want to push. She was like, push, and if you start making some progress, I'll call the doctor back in. And so I'm like, okay, I wasn't even trying to push. He was just coming out. And so when she told me to keep pushing and I was pushing, then she was like, oh yeah, I see the head. And so then she had to rush and get the doctor. They had to get everything back over. I'm telling my doula, I'm like, call my partner. I'm like, he's not here. I said, he want to see his son born. I said, you got to call him. But I couldn't hold. At the same time I'm saying all of that, they're still telling me to push. Everybody telling me to push. And so I did one big push, and that's when I felt the ring of fire. And let me tell you something about the ring of fire. That is no joke. I felt that, and I said, oh, once again, I said, I don't want to stay here for very long. Like, I don't, this doesn't feel nice. Like, it just feel like everything on fire down there. Everything just stretch out. Report me said no. So then after, I took one other deep breath, and I did another push, and that was it. He was born in like the matter of 4 minutes, 2 pushes. That would 1, 2 to push out in big head, and then the next one his whole other body just slide right out. And I said, you know what, that's good for me. But it was the lead up to it all that really had me like like literally I looked at a picture that someone took me right after when he was pushed out, and I was like, wow, my lips was so dry. Like, I was so dehydrated because I wasn't drinking from the day before because I was throwing up. But yeah, he came out, and when I pushed him out, he pooped again, and so he had poop all over him. And we did immediate skin to skin contact. So he was on my chest, pooping all, just chilling there. He cried, made a noise. And my partner made it back just in time so that he can cut the umbilical cord. And like, what happened after that? Yeah, then we had a full hour of skin to skin, and then they, gave him his vitamin K shot and everything, weighed him, did all of that stuff. And I fed him before they went and weighed him. He latched on easily and everything. But it was really just the whole lead up and how everything just happened so fast. Like, I'm appreciative that it was very fast, but it was fast, but it was long at the same time, because to me it had started from the day before when I went and they sent me home, and then that whole night and that whole morning and afternoon of going through contractions and like trying to manage my pain levels, and then the spicy. It was just a lot. I'm like, I don't know. Do I recommend? I don't know. I really don't know. I do not recommend the spicy needle. If you think you can do without it, granted, like I said, I did not have any abdominal or uteral contractions. They were all in my back. But for me, I did not need it, because they even when they were discharging me from the room, or from the ER to the, or whatever, I don't know what you call it, the labor delivery room to my own room. They were like, oh, your legs are gonna be wobbly, this and that and the third. I was walking fine. They were like, huh? And they were like, you had a lot of epidural like pumped into you. I said, I could still feel my legs. So for me, spicy needle was not worth it at all. But yeah, once again, grateful, because it could have been worse. I know some people have some like traumatic birth, or some very difficult births, but I'm still like, what? Like, what is this? And no amount of a baby story could prepare me, because my mom used to have me watch that on TLC. I don't know if y'all remember that TV show. I don't think it's even around anymore. But A Baby Story, and they would just show everything, the mom going through birth, and she had a ball just watching it and having me and my sisters watch it too. No amount of those episodes could have prepared me. You don't know until you're going through it, is what I tell people. But that's my birth story.